This video is to serve as sort of an ultimate guide to all things Duviri Paradox. There will be time codes in the description below if you want to skip to a certain section. If there are some things that I don't cover and you're really curious about and it's not already on the channel, just let me know, comment section below, and I will do my best to get around to it. Maw Fishing is something that at the time you can only do in the Duviri Paradox, particularly the Duviri experience. After you complete the quest, yes, you'll need to complete the quest first. You can go to the Duviri experience and then you can Maw fish all you want. I'm not sure if they'll make it available to do in the quest or not, but for now, this is the way you do it. They are these round whitish color platforms, and there will be a prompt for you to start feeding the maw, as it were. Now, the three ways, well, really two ways to do this, and one way I recommend personally. You can do it solo. Solo, it would technically, in theory, be a little bit easier because there will be less fish that you'll have to collect. It's worth noting that you do not get to keep any of the fish or get a decree unless you reach the first treasure chest. At the top, you'll see a treasure chest, and it gets to based on the fish that you collect. You'll get some fish parts, and you'll get the decree. Now, the decree currently you can only get once. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but there, like I said, I have some tips for this, okay? The biggest tip I can give right now is to focus on just swimming around, swimming to the fish, okay? Technically, you can press the same button you would to fire on controller. It is 2 on PC. It's left mouse click typically. So press those buttons will technically force the maw to eat, but he will actually eat a fish by himself if you swim close enough to the fish. So keep that in mind, and that should help you quite a bit. Once I realized that, it actually did help me quite a bit. Now, the next thing, which is probably the biggest thing, the thing that's going to help you out the most, in my opinion, is that other people can join you for this. Now, you should be seeing in a clip that I was able to get on screen right now. I went into a public game, and whenever you start fishing, everyone who's in that squad can see it on screen. It says so-and-so, started feeding the maw. And that means they're maw fishing. You can then proceed to join in with them if you want. You'll see them actually in the thing. Technically, it will make it so you need to get 1 or 2 more fish in order to complete the treasure. But the time, as far as I can tell, doesn't speed up at all. So you should be able to get the fish more efficiently with multiple people. Now, this, I feel like, is brilliant in the sense that, in theory, it might be easier to do it solo, but I find this to be the best method. 2 people that actually just target fish instead of going back and forth trying to get this fish and then be like, oh, I want to get this fish, and then end up getting no fish. This is just the way to go, in my honest opinion. Now, like I said, this is my favorite method to do it. I decided I'd make this guide mostly because A, you guys seemed to enjoy my last guide on how to do the circuit in the steel path, and you guys even posted your own tips and stuff in the comment section below, which I appreciate. Again, if you have any tips of your own, feel free to post them in the comment section below. So we're all sharing tips and whatnot. And 2, there are some steel path Incarnon adapter things that you actually need from fish, which is odd, but I guess understandable, but still kind of annoying. Anywhere in Duviri, you can technically play at the Stalker with this method. I'm going to go to my Doma zone to easily show you guys. If you don't have a Doma zone, you can technically do this inside of Teshin's cave within the Duviri itself, but since I do have a Doma zone, I'm going to show you guys here. We are going here to the Drifter Intrinsics, okay? So if you want to be able to choose the Stalker, again, such as what you're seeing on screen, you want to pick Opportunity, okay? Opportunity is what you're looking for because it's the final rank 10 Stranger in Black. An unlikely ally will occasionally appear in Teshin's cave as a playable Warframe. It specifically says playable Warframe, meaning that it will have mods on it, it will have abilities and everything. So the Stalker will have abilities and whatnot. If you want to see what ability the Stalker has, I made a whole other video covering it. Feel free to check it out. But yeah, that is how you get the Stalker in the Duviri Paradox at the time of making this video. The only way you can actually play as the Stalker, and I don't know if that's going to change. Honestly, I'd be down for being able to play at the Stalker in certain missions, or maybe they could give us a quest where we play at the Stalker, much like with Call. I don't know. I'm just brainstorming here. The Drifter Intrinsics. These are all the intrinsics that you'll be able to get as the Drifter. Now I'm accessing it from the Doma zone, but you can access it straight from the Duviri Paradox in Teshin's cave. Now let's go over them, okay? Let's start with combat, okay? So, rank 1, each decree you acquire grants plus 10% damage. This helped me quite a bit during the quest. I definitely recommend picking it up. Rank 2, in Duviri resource booster, boosts movement speed for 5 seconds. For me, I honestly don't think that would be too useful for me, but maybe. And then, but Transference Sync is the next one, rank 3, which is actually useful. Unlock Transference Surge, the ability to briefly summon a Warframe in Duviri by holding R1 and then pressing L1 when the transference bar is full. Now, the buttons will vary for you, but yeah, let's activate Transference Sync. Basically the same button you do to go into operator mode normally, I believe. Rank 4, Swifter Strike. In Duviri, Drifter Power Strike cooldown is reduced by 30%. Rank 5, Swifter Abilities. In Duviri, Drifter Abilities cooldown is reduced by 20%. Rank 6, in Duviri, the Guiding Hand ability will expose a weak point on enemies for 10 seconds. Hitting a weak point will deal 3 times damage. Rank 7, Weapon Master. In Duviri, weapon critical hits chance increased by 20% additively. Rank 8, increased surge transference duration by 50%. And that's that rank 3 thing, so you can have your Warframe even longer. And then rank 9, Muscle Mass. Now, this is important to note because all of rank 9 abilities across the board will be able to be used in both Duviri and base Warframe. So it's a passive, it goes over. Drifter deals plus 25% damage. In the Origin system, both Drifter and Operator receive this. So basically anywhere you are in Warframe, not just the Duviri, for plus 25% damage. Then we have rank 10. In Duviri, using an ability increases damage by 150% for 10 seconds. And that's the combat. Let's move on to riding, shall we? Rank 1, it kind of forces you to do rank 1 while you're doing the quest. So that's the very first one you end up doing, whether you want to or not. It lets you summon your Kaithe. So that's understandable from that. Rank 2, increased resistance to being dismounted by an enemy. Rank 3, while riding the Kaithe. Oh, okay, command your Kaithe to stomp, knocking enemies back and reducing their armor. Rank 4, fast travel. Use the event map to fast travel to central Duviri locations. Oh, okay. Okay, that's interesting. Smooth path. Plants and rocks are marked on the map when you ride your Kaithe. Rank 6, while riding a Kaithe, dismount, gain 150 overguard, 150 second cooldown as well. Rank 7, reduce cooldown between dashes. Rank 8, name your Kaithe. Rank 9, and this will be usable in not just Duviri. Receive Kaithe summon for Origin System open world mission. So you'll be able to summon your Kaithe on like the Plains of Eidolon and whatnot. So that's pretty awesome. And then rank 10, use the map to fast travel to other drifters. So if you play with people quite a bit, you can fast travel to them. That's actually pretty cool. And then we have opportunity. Rank 1, expand decrease. Decrease selections offer one additional option. Rank 2, gain 2 additional weapon choices in Teshin's Cave. Rank 3, gain a free decree when you're into Duviri. Rank 4, gain 1 additional weapon option in Teshin's Cave. Rank 5, plus 50% chance to receive rare decrees. Rank 6, discard offered decrees and get a new selection up to 3 times per Duviri visit. Rank 7, gain 2 additional choices, weapon choices in Teshin's Cave. Rank 8, gain 1 additional Warframe option in Teshin's Cave. Rank 9, let's see, now includes 1 arcane per day. And then rank 10, an unlikely ally will appear occasionally in Teshin's Cave as a playable Warframe. That's the Stalker, in case you're curious. And now we will get to Endurance, okay? Fortified decrees. Each decree you acquire grants plus 25 max health to Drifter. I got this because it actually came in clutch a bit with the story quest for me. Rank 2, selecting a decree fully restores health and energy. Personally, I don't think that's that useful because of the simple fact that you have your Drifter actually has the ability to heal themselves. So, yeah. Rank 3, 1 additional revive is available in Duviri. That's interesting. Rank 4, parry grants plus 25% health, and precision parry grants plus 50% health. I don't actually parry all that often, but if you do, by all means. Rank 5 plus 50% additional max health for Drifter. Rank 6, on precision parry gain extra charge for Transference Surge. Rank 7, landing a headshot restores 10 health for 5 seconds. Rank 8, 1 additional revive is available in Duviri. Rank 9, gain plus 5 health per second as Drifter in the Origin system, meaning that this will apply to both the base Warframe game as well as Duviri Paradox that happens for both the Drifter and the Operator. Then rank 10, Cheat Death. Fatal damage leaves you at 20% health and invulnerable for 3 seconds, 200-second cooldown. So yeah, that is the Drifter Intrinsics. Make sure you know most of these are only going to apply to the Duviri Paradox, except for rank 9 of each of them will apply to anywhere in Warframe. Feel free to let me know which one you are going down first and foremost and whatnot. Circuit is where you want to go. For this, what you need to do is you need to complete the Duviri Paradox quest. You complete the main quest, you go to the circuit. But there is a catch, okay? The catch is that you will need to be in the Steel Path version of the circuit. So you will actually need Steel Path unlocked. Now I have a whole guide on how to help you guys achieve what you guys want in the circuit in the Steel Path. Feel free to check that out. Once per week, it will, I believe it resets on reset day. What happens is it lets you choose between a list of 5 or 6, I believe, different adapters for certain weapons. Now I chose the Scanner and the Bratin, of course. And then it will give you the Incarnon Genesis as soon as you meet the criteria. Now keep in mind you only get like 100 or so reputation per wave thing in the circuit Steel Path, so you will have to keep going for a while. Again, feel free to check out my whole guide on that. But that's how you get the different rewards. And what you're looking for is particularly 5 and 10. Those will be your 2 per week. Now, once you get the 2 per week, you gotta wait to reset to select 2 more. Because the thing is that it doesn't let you do more than 2 per week. That's the lock it has there. But once you've done that, then you need to do 1 to 2 more things. And those involve going to the chrysalith. So let's go to the chrysalith. You'll need to have the Angels of the Zarmon quest complete to unlock this. So yeah. So once you have the Steel Path unlocked, you will get access to the Steel Path circuit. Once you complete that, you will get to pick what Incarnon Genesis adapted things you want. Then you can make sure to have Angels of the Zarmon unlocked so you can get to the chrysalith. I know it seems like a lot, but don't worry, the next steps are pretty straightforward. You want to then go to this dude here and go to Evolve Incarnon Weapons, okay? Now, as you can see, it says, oh, do you want to do the Prime or do you want to do the normal variant? Because it will let you choose whichever variant you want. And here's the kicker, okay? You need the resources, okay? It's the thing that you won. And, you know, these resources you get from Duviri. Just during Duviri, inside of the Duviri, you can do the Duviri experience, or you can do the Duviri story. Unfortunately, these do take a while to farm, unless you're with a specific group that it literally just there to farm, and even then, it takes a while. And then after you have the resources, you simply just hit upgrade. I want to make sure that it's the Prime because I definitely don't want to upgrade the normal variant. So then I hit yes, and then there we go. I will proceed to complete the challenges in order to do the stuff. Headshot is unlocked automatically. I'll have to complete a mission with the Bratton equipped in order to unlock that. And same old to unlock the certain incarnate forms. Now, the thing about these weapons, the incarnate forms, they do tell what they can do. How to farm Pathos clamps. At least I think that's what they're called. I actually tend to pronounce them wrong all the time. But before I get into that, I want to get into what they are used for. They are used for this vendor right here. You might recognize this vendor in game as well, particularly in the Duviri Paradox. Because this vendor, unlike orders, can actually be accessed in your dormer zone, so it's not limited to just inside the Duviri Paradox. The dormer zone, you can access this vendor, and that vendor has different stuff and doohickeys, and as you can see, it actually costs Pathos clamps for these things. There's also other resources, the Duviri resources, but the main thing is Pathos clamps for everything. Well, how you get these Pathos clamps is actually fighting the Oorworm in the Duviri Paradox. There's literally no other way at this time, so you'll have to fight the Oorworm. Right now, I would personally recommend you go to the Lone Story or the Duviri Experience. Definitely, probably Lone Story. If you're just going from the Oorworm, you'll most likely find more people willing to, because at the time of making this video, post-migration had a chance of breaking the quest line, making it unplayable, and if you can't play it, you can't get to the final battle, which means you can't actually fight the Oorworm. Now, if you are on the still path, you'll actually get a little more of these resources for beating the Oorworm. It's not a whole lot more, but it is some more. Rank 9 particularly is receive Kaithe summon for Origin System open world missions. So in theory, that means I should be able to summon my Kaithe in both the Plains of Eidolon and Fortuna, which we're about to go check out right now. Actually, guys, there is one more thing that I need to do before I go into any of the open worlds, but I just realized I need to go to my gear slots. Because how do you summon things in the base game? You do it via your gear slot. So I'm going to go ahead and look through my gear slots and see if there is anything new. Oh, sure enough, there is. Kaithe summon just appeared here in my gear slot. I didn't have to craft anything or anything, and it looks like it's just unlimited there. So now we have a Kaithe summon on our gear slot. So now, once again, let's go to here and try to go into the Plains of Eidolon. Okay, and now let's summon our Kaithe. Ha! We're on our Kaithe on Warframe, and that's actually pretty cool because wait, Can the Kaithe still fly? Yes! The Kaithe can still fly too. That's brilliant, actually. And whatever ability the Kaithe could use, the Kaithe can still use. That is pretty cool. Now unfortunately, at the Drifter, I can't summon the Kaithe, which is very weird considering that the Kaithe is from the, you know what, whatever, it doesn't matter. We get to summon the Kaithe, and it looks like it's unlimited summons. It still feels, it looks kind of weird seeing my Warframe on the Kaithe. I guess now customizing the Kaithe makes more sense now. And Kaithe, go ahead, do a stomp. Do some damage to the enemies, it looks like. Guided hand, I don't think that does anything. I can get on and off my Kaithe like normal. Let's go one more time. And we'll go to the other open worlds too, just to see. I'm just having a bit of fun with that. Oh yeah, let's actually... Okay, this is pretty cool though, not gonna lie. Okay, so I'm actually curious, before we leave to another place. Yeah, okay, so this is actually pretty cool. This is very cool. And then we can dive just like normal. That's pretty brilliant, actually. I think the horse might be a bit better than Arkwing. It can fly too, so that's brilliant. Okay, on to the next open world. Now we are in Orb Valis now. Fortuna Orb Valis. Let's summon our Kaithe once again. And the Kaithe actually doesn't really blend in this environment. It doesn't seem to make a lick of sense why we even have a Kaithe in this particular open world. Just doesn't fit in. Hopefully, maybe one day we'll get like a snowy Kaithe. You know, so it makes sense. Honestly, low key, this area looks kind of scary from the air, man. It like has its own creepy vibe from the air. Super creepy vibe. So, you know what? I still think it's cool that you can use your Kaithe in the open world in Orb Valis, but I don't know. I just don't really. I mean, I like the fact that you can use the Kaithe, but I don't think I'm digging the Kaithe in the Orb Valis. Let's move on to the next open world, shall we? Okay, Heart of Deimos. Here we go, and let's actually summon the, whoops, wrong button, Kaithe. I'm actually low-key very excited for this one because, I mean, it just seems very cool. Let's fly. Because, see, this actually, this always feels like it has the most room to go. So, yeah, I'm digging this. I'm digging this. And then we can do dive, and our Kaithe is indestructible. And I feel like our operator would have been dead from that if we weren't in void mode. Okay, cool. Although, if I'm being perfectly honest, I feel like it's better in the... You know what? We're gonna go as far as we can. We're gonna keep on going off the map until it doesn't let us go off the map anymore, guys. We are just going to keep on going. But yeah, like I was saying, I actually think that the plains of Eidolon is the most natural for this. How far out are we? Can we make our way back? Okay, we can. We can, guys. We we only went outside the map. We didn't break the game, guys. Wait, did that mean we can actually... Okay, I do want to see something. Because, in theory, we should maybe be able to actually fly to him now. I mean, he's not supposed to be able to be flown to, right? Or is it like the Mario steps? Like in Super Mario 64, those steps, it looks like this is just like those steps. Because it looked like you were running up them endlessly, but then you just turn around and it turns out you went hardly anywhere at all. These are basically the 5 Warframes and the 5 weapons that I'm going to get whenever I go to Duviri, the one that will appear in Teshin's cave. So I'm going to show you guys how to enable this yourself so you can see what you're going to get in Teshin's cave, so you kind of know what to prepare for. Okay, I am here at the Dorma Zone because I want to go here to Drifter Intrinsics. You can also access this in Teshin's cave in Duviri if you'd rather do that, but the Dorma Zone I feel like is the easier option. Once in the Drifter Intrinsics, what you want is opportunity. I went over this whole tree. I went over all of these trees before, but in the most recent update, they actually added a thing to the predictive thing. They added 2 opportunities. So if we go to all the way to rank 4 in opportunity, you will see it still has the gain 1 additional Warframe option in Teshin's cave like it usually does, but it also had the preview device loadouts from the Origin System star chart. So basically what I was doing before at the beginning, you'll actually now get to see what you'll have beforehand so you can better prepare, so you know if it's like a real run you're going to be doing or if it's like a joke run that you're probably going to die, so you're not even going to try with it type thing. Yeah, just so you'll have options. That's the basics of it. If you made it this far in the video, but consider liking the video and subscribing if you're not already, if you want to. But also, I have another YouTube channel where I focus a lot on other video games and what have you. I'll leave a link in the description below. Feel free to check that out. It's at Vamp Plays. If you made it to the end, feel free to subscribe to the channel. And like I said at the beginning, despite this being called an ultimate guide, it might be missing a few things here or there. If it is, definitely let me know. And again, I will see about making videos on that in the future. Hopefully this guide really did help you guys, and with that said, I will catch you guys in the future. Later.